Hello, this will be the second tutorial of how to add Hirozu spring control to your avatar. I'm going to assume that you have your avatar imported already. You have your SDK imported, dynamic bones, your shaders, and everything that you need. First, what you need to do is unpack the spring control and then drag and drop that into your assets. Next, open up spring control, click on your avatar, make a new gesture override by clicking on gesture, default gesture over here, and then drag and drop the gesture spring override into your gesture. Scroll down a little bit where it says menu. You can either drag and drop the spring menu into your menu, or you can click on your menu and then create a new control. Name the control whatever you want. I'll call it spring for now. Change the type to a submenu. Then click on submenu, little dial, and then click spring menu. For this video, I'm just going to drag and drop my Hirozu spring menu onto the menu itself. Next, click on your parameters, make a new parameter, make it an integer, call it spring, make another parameter, keep it as an integer, and call it double spring, and finally add another parameter, make it float, and call it spring size. Once you've added all three of those parameters, go back to the Hirozu spring control file, then drag and drop your prefab into your scene. Then drag and drop the prefab onto your avatar, unpack the prefab, and then open your armature. You can move your left and right constraints to wherever you want them to be. I made a sort of, I already placed them in an area I thought would be good, but you can change it to move them around into an area you think would be better. So open your armature on your avatar, and you can place it on your left hand. I personally like it right at the very tip of the index finger. Drag and drop your left item into your left hand or left index finger or wherever. And do the same for your right. Expand your right. And then drag and drop the right item into your right hand or index finger or wherever you like. And then you're done. You're ready to upload. If for some reason this does not work, what you would need to do is go to your Hirozu spring control, click on animations, then click on single spring, drag and drop these four, so the spring in left, spring in right, spring left idle, and spring right idle, onto your avatar. Once you've done that, click on animation, then click on your avatar, and then click spring in left, press record, click on your left item, change this value to 0, and then back to 1. Do the same for spring in right, press record, click right, change this value to 0, and then back to 1. And finally, in your spring on left, press record, click on left, change this value to 1 and then to 0, and do the same for your right. Spring right idle, press record, click on right, change this value to 1 and then back to 0. Once you've done that, it should now be ready to go. If you would like to customize the ball or spring joint, what you need to do is click on Hirozu spring control, texture, And then on spring texture, you can edit everything that you want here. You can change the shader to something else like Payomi. Then you can edit it however you like. To see what it looks like, expand spring joint always show, and then click on spring toggle, and then enable it. Don't forget to disable it once you finish editing it. Here, you can see all of your effects that you want on it, such as emissions, or anything that you wish. I have not included any shaders so you can customize as much as you want. I'll keep it on standard for now. If you would like to change the shape of the spring joint, you would need to click on spring toggle and change the mesh to something different. You can import FBXs or new meshes and change them to them instead. You can change it to things like capsules, planes, cylinders. I have no idea what this is, but this as well. Cubes, or anything else that you wish for. But if you do this, you have to make sure that you do this again for every single one of these spring duos, spring always shows. You have to do it for your spring toggles again and again. So if you change this to a cylinder, for example, you need to go to the next one, change this to a cylinder, change this one to a cylinder, and then you'd have to expand world pause item, and change spring pause to a cylinder as well. And you have to do the same for each one of these. Once you've done that, it would be fixed for all of them and you don't need to change them anymore. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoy Hirozu spring control. The next update, I will be looking to optimize it further, allowing you to throw the spring control. And I might make my own Panosphere shader for it. Or include a shader from Payomi.